And welcome back to All Access with the Profs. Rob Cunningham here, joined now by two senior leaders of the Rowan ice hockey team, the captain Jonathan Paulo and starting goaltender Brian Bennett. Thanks a lot for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
No problem.
John, we'll start with you, the captain of the team. What's it mean to wear the C on your sweater?
It means a lot to me. Big responsibility on and off the ice. I enjoy wearing the C, but I have to keep the guys in line and make sure they're ready to play each and every game.
Now, you two are only two of a few seniors on the team. How do you help with the young guys on the squad?
Most of the time, it's just leading by an example. You got to be early to the rink. You got to, be serious in the locker room when it's time to be serious. Keep it lighthearted when it needs to be lighthearted, and just kind of keep everyone on the same page and focused on winning games.
Now, John, you've been playing most of the year with A.J. Zakowski and Eric Schenk. How do you guys set the tempo for the squad?
The first shift sets the table, and that's what our coach expects us to do. We go out there and we just try to intimidate the guys right off the bat and even to score a goal, but we like to just set the tempo, fast pace, and get the team and guys on our team going.
Now, you're a rather undersized guy, but very physical on the ice. How's your physicality changed the shape of a game despite you being a smaller guy?
Well, a lot of people underestimate me, so I have a lower center of gravity, which they don't figure out. But when I hit somebody, I'm driving right through them. I like to hit everybody in sight without the puck. But that's my game. I love hitting people. I'd rather hit somebody than score a goal sometimes.
Now, Brian, how would you describe your style as a goaltender? Are you more of a butterfly guy? You like hybrid?
There's a certain set of stuff that I like to do. I do use the butterfly a lot. It's not really so much a style as a save, but really I just try to do whatever I can to get myself in front of the puck. And at my size, a lot of times it's just being aggressive and making sure you got the angles covered, and communicating with the guys in front of me so that we can play good, solid team defense.
Now, you have a young defense in front of you. How do you think they've played this year overall, and how do you see them playing going forward?
Well, they've played really, really well so far. Yeah, on paper they're younger, but we got a couple guys like Chris Lowney, who he's a 21-year-old freshman. He aged out of junior hockey. He's got some experience under his belt. Andrew Doherty's had a big year this year, coming in, stepping in, filling big shoes after Rob DeSimone left here. And Moen's been a staple. Eric Moen's been a staple of the defense. Since we both came in as freshmen a while back. So between those guys and then the younger guys filling in, it seems to be going, and I think we're going to have some good success in the second half here.
Now, not only do you make saves, but you mix it up a little bit. You managed to rack up a few penalty minutes this year. What kind of things do you do to protect your crease?
Well, like I said, at my size, it gets a little rough and tough in front, and our decor's a little younger, and we're a little undersized at times. And a lot of times it's just, like Johnny said, when he goes out to take the ice, it's about setting a tempo. And it's about establishing, what ice is mine and how I expect to be treated by the other team and the referees. And sometimes you just kind of need to, mix it up a little bit, let guys know what's going on.
Now, some games, there have been some periods where your guys in front of you are playing so well, you see maybe 2 shots the entire period. How do you stay in the game mentally?
It's difficult. It really is difficult because, there are some teams we've played where, we've dominated for extended periods of time, and it's almost like playing outfield in baseball sometimes. Pitcher's throwing a really good game. You're not seeing a lot of action. Just eyes on the puck and try to stay focused on what the other guys are doing so that when it does come down our end of the ice, you still feel involved. You still feel activated, so you pick right back up where you left off.
And then how do you go from a game like that where you're not facing many shots to a game where you see a lot of shots, maybe 50 plus?
That's generally how I like to see my job description, as picking up the loose ends when things aren't going right in front of me. So if they're struggling to establish the forecheck, or we don't have enough legs that day, or we're a little slow in that first step, it really helps if I can come up and just grab a couple minutes in there and just let everyone settle into the game and relax and start getting back to our brand of hockey.
Now, for both you guys as seniors, obviously it's been a great season so far, but how much does the rest of this season mean to you guys?
It means a lot to us. I mean, we still have some of our tougher games coming up, like this weekend. We have Virginia Tech and UMBC. These are 2 important games for us. We need to win both these games in order to keep our number 2 ranked spot. If we lose to both of them, we could fall, and we like to have that number 2 spot for a good long time.
Now, what do you guys think of the ACHA this year and the talent that you've been playing against?
I think this year there's a little bit more parity than there has been in last year. There have been some powerhouses in the past, like UMBC and Penn State have been really good teams, and William Patterson. And this year you're seeing a lot more parity, and some of the weaker teams will snag some games from some of the better teams, and there's a little less consistency. And I think that's kind of where we saw an opportunity and have jumped on it here to get out ahead early in the season.
Now, you guys have been able to avoid those losses to some of the weaker teams. What makes you guys so good this year?
Our resilience. Like, we don't like to lose. All the kids on our team, they want to win. We want to win. We want to go to nationals. That's our main goal. We set that from the beginning. We want to win nationals. We won't even go there, but the weaker teams, we know that we have to dominate them. The better teams, we can put up a good fight with them, but the little, like the St. Joe's, the who other teams are there? The Monmouth, guys like Maryland, we have to win those games, and so far we dominated them. We beat them pretty bad.
And some of that is we roll 4 lines, and we're really confident in the entire roster. And we're really deep this year. And yeah, we have a lot of younger guys, but every now and then there are injuries and there are penalties and suspensions. And the nice thing about our lineup is we can insert any one of those guys, and the leadership group and the coaching staff has full confidence. They come in, just step right in, and we just keep rolling.
Now, you guys and the players obviously deserve a lot of the credit for the success this year, but we got to give some credit to the head coach, John Caulfield. Has been good for this team. How would you describe Coach Caulfield's scheme and how it fits your guys' skill set?
I think it fits him perfectly. Like, everybody on our team is fast. We love to hit, and that's what he's all about. He wants to win. He's very intense. We're all intense. He brings it to the locker room every day. So we had to follow him, and whatever he says goes. But he fits right into our scheme, and we love it. We were doing great with it so far.
Now, hockey is a little bit of a lower mainstream sport in terms compared to football or baseball here in the U.S. But why are kids that play hockey different than other athletes in other sports?
I think it takes a lot of combinations of things. One, first and foremost, hockey's a very thinking game. It's very fast-paced. You don't have time in between plays, and the game's constantly changing. In the game that you're playing and around the league, it's changing. I mean, you've seen big changes in the NHL over the past couple of years. So it takes a lot to stay on top of the new systems and the new ways to play the game. So intelligence and on and off the ice is very important. And then in addition to that, you have to be a very physical person, but you also have to be fast. So it kind of incorporates, all the athletic things and the intelligence factor.
Now, you've mentioned that you have been able to dominate some teams in some games this year. How do you guys stay focused on playing your game and your system despite the obvious difference in talent that you might see from game to game?
That's our biggest problem. We came out, St. Joe's game, we dominated them pretty bad. We knew that was going to be an easy game, but St. Joe's wound up coming back and beating us. And games like that, we can't slip up. Like, we know we have to prepare every game as like every team is the same exact way. Like, we can't take games off and then play better teams a different way. Every team we have to play the same exact way, and that's what I have to, as a captain, have to instill in the younger players and other players that we have to play every game the same exact way.
Now, you guys dropped your first game against a tough UMBC squad that has given you trouble in the past few years. You see them again in a few days. How do you guys feel about the rematch heading in?
We're looking forward to it. We want this rematch. I mean, I know Bennett wants this back.
Yeah, we didn't really have the jump we wanted coming off the bus there. Little sea legs getting on the ice. Never really established our forecheck, and I think we're going to come out and set the pace this time. We're going back into their barn for another game, and it's one that we really want and one that we really need.
And they think that they have the upper hand on us, but I think we're going to take it this time. I feel deep down everybody wants to win, and we're going to beat them.
All right. Coach Caulfield has recently talked about mounting injuries for you guys. Just how have the injuries affected this team at all this year?
I mean, sometimes we lose our top guys to injuries, but like Bennett said earlier, guys can get inserted in the lineup and they just pick up where the other guys left off. I mean, it does hurt us in a way, but in the long run, I just see us being a strong, fit team that we can win any game we want.
Now, hockey locker rooms are usually pretty fun. They're usually pretty lighthearted. Who's the biggest character on this team?
There's a lot on our team. There are a bunch of goofballs, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But
Probably Jay, right? I mean, if you really had to think about it, it's probably JC.
JC's the biggest.
JC's
Yeah,
goes off.
it's something to watch.
Him and Pete.
If people watched
A lot of pranks, a lot of practical jokes.
pranks,
Yeah.
dancing, it goes on. There's stuff that can't be said on camera, but a lot of crazy stuff that people would look at us like, wow, these guys are crazy and weirdos too. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Final question. Who's been the biggest surprise on the team this year, do you think?
I don't know. Probably Nikolai.
Yeah.
He's a freshman, and he's tearing it up this year. He's got more than 20 points.
He's leading the team in scoring, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Assists too.
Yeah, and an undersized guy. I mean, he's a little smaller than Johnny, and he's really going after it this year.
He's stepping up.
Yeah.
He stepped up big time.
Guys, thank you very much for coming on, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's time now for our athletes of the week. Our female athlete of the week is Kate Matthews. She recorded back-to-back double-doubles for the women's basketball team in Rowan's 84-43 loss to Montclair State University. She posted 13 points, 12 rebounds, 3 block shots, and 2 steals. Matthews registered 17 points and a career-best 19 rebounds in a 63-51 defeat at Delaware Valley College. This season, she is the Profs scoring and rebound leader. Matthews has a team-high 7 blocks and is tied for second with 6 steals. Our male athlete of the week is Jason Rosenberg. He led the men's basketball team to a 2-0 mark last week in a 73-71 win over Montclair State University. He posted 12 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. Rosenberg collected a career-high 18 points and 6 assists in a 73-63 victory against Immaculata University. He leads the team with 8 assists per game and is tied for first with 7 steals. Rosenberg is second on the squad with 14 points per game. That'll do it this week for All Access with the Profs, and we'll see you next week here on RTN.